Hello, you're watching News9 Live, and this is a show where we bring you different stories which matter to you and I, stories which make a difference to your lives as well as mine from the south of India. Today, our focus is on Kerala. Now, we all know that the strife in Manipur, which is almost now 80 days old, has created a searing wound in the hearts and minds of India. There have been multiple protests across South India, let me tell you, and they're all of them right now on your screens. They will play in a bit. These are visuals of protest on Manipur from Tamil Nadu, from Bengaluru, from Telangana, and also from Kerala.
Save indigenous people. Narco terrorists. Poppy plantation. Illegal immigrants. We want
peace in Manipur.
Imal Lebagna. Imal Lebagna.
അഭിവന്യ കർദിനാൾ മാർ ജോർജ് ആലഞ്ചേരി പിതാവാണ്. എല്ലാവരുടെയും കൈകളിലേക്ക് തിരികൾ.
But then there was yet another protest march for restoring peace in Manipur, organized by Muslim Youth League in Kasargod district, and it was most disturbing when the huge crowd of youth wing members of Indian Union Muslim League or IUML gathered to protest against the continuing violence in Manipur. They also raised some very objectionable slogans against a community, almost exhorting others to punish them severely. We shall show you the video of the protest march, but as a responsible news organization, we shall not play out the audio. Watch this and I come back to you. Just watch the visuals. Like I said, no audio, just the video of what this protest march was. This was in Kasargod district in Kerala, taken out by the youth wing of IUML. They are raising slogans which I said are extremely objectionable, offensive, provocative against a particular community. But like I said, as a responsible news organization, we shall not play you the audio of it. Hands risen, of course, and a very charged. This is a protest march against the violence in Manipur, but it turned into something else altogether. Let's not forget that Manipur is about trouble between two communities. It's about a virtual breakdown of trust between two groups. And in the context of this video from Kasargod district in Kerala, what is most bothersome? That the youth used the occasion to raise sectarian slogans. Meanwhile, the Muslim Youth League has issued a statement suspending its member for raising provocative slogans. And I quote, "It is an unpardonable mistake," close quote, said the MYL in the statement. Muslim Youth League General Secretary P.K. Firoz said that raising slogans which are against the ideology of the organization could create divisions of society, and it was an unpardonable mistake. Firoz also added that Abdul Salam has been suspended for the same. Now, BJP IT cell chief Amit Malviya tweeted about the incident and as follows: Youth wing of Indian Union Muslim League, an ally of the Congress, held a rally in Kerala's Kasargod. They wouldn't have dared to go this far had the Pinarayi government not been supporting them. Obviously, we've edited out portions, like I said, because we are responsible. We do not want to create any trouble or create panic amongst the people of this country. As you well know, the IUML is of course an ally of the Congress in Kerala, and it is indeed an embarrassment for the Congress party, which is now focused on owning the secular space in India.
It says you talked about secularism and democracy while opposing the Hindu party BJP. However, Congress in Kerala has been in alliance with the Muslim party, Muslim League in Kerala, the state from which you were MP for more than, the state you are the MP for more than 70 years.
Muslim League is a completely secular party.
Right.
There's nothing non-secular about the Muslim League.
There you have it, Rahul Gandhi saying it upfront and very clearly how IUML is a very secular organization. Well, we'll debate that, but then coming back to the actual case, the Kasargod police have meanwhile taken around 300 people into custody under non-bailable offence. The cases have been registered under section 153A, which is promoting enmity between different groups, hurting religious sentiments and unlawful assembly. I have to say this, ladies and gentlemen, what really foxes me is that in a peaceful protest march over Manipur, which has been torn asunder because of alleged tensions between communities, this very march was used to raise incendiary slogans against a particular community. These were youth, let me tell you, young men. And I asked them, what were you thinking when you raised those incendiary, objectionable, provocative slogans against the community? Let's debate. Mr. M.K. Munir, who's General Secretary of IUML, will join us in a bit. Lieutenant Commander retired Gokul Chandran, Congress leader of Kerala, is joining us. Vinita Hariharan, BJP leader of Kerala, and Rahul Ishwar, who's author and activist, is also joining us right now. A very, very warm welcome to all of you, and it is such, I think, it is particularly sad, Rahul, Gokul and Vinita, because of the fact what Kerala is all about. It has the largest Muslim population in south of India. Sectarian violence is something which is unheard of. Yes, there will be one or two cases, but in public like this, we as a responsible news organization, let me tell you, I have not played out that video for the audio. Let's make no mistake. Someone was saying it's in Malayalam. These days it's the day and age of translations. And I don't want to create panic and trouble amongst people. At least all of us need to be responsible. So therefore I muted the audio. But what really foxes me is that this kind of, slogans are raised, and that too by the youth wing. Gokul, I want to ask you, IUML is in alliance with you. Rahul Gandhi said, a couple of days ago, when there was so much of attack on him that it's a secular organization. What is going on, Gokul Chandran?
Yeah, good evening, Sudha and my fellow
Hi.
panelists. See, I still believe that IUML is a secular organization. That's why the immediate action has been taken against those individuals who created trouble in that rally, and they have been suspended from the party, and the police have registered a case. So this shows how quick the action was taken by the IUML, because they felt, as PK Firoz in his statement has clearly said, he felt it was unneeded and it will create enmity between two sections. So IUML, by this action itself, shows how they respect other religions and how they respect other sections within India. In other case, if you see, Sudha, when we talk all about this, Prime Minister Modi, he has talked about Muslims in a derogatory manner. Recently, Himanta Biswas, and take any, they recently talking ill about Muslims, Muslim brothers and sisters, the Muslim practices and everything. So BJP till now has not taken any.
With your connection, Gokul, I think you'll have to reconnect, Gokul, because we can't hear you at all. I want to know, Rahul Ishwar, from you. You see, there are multiple factors here. More than politics, it's about the fabric of a state and a country. Sometimes we have to rise above politics, for God's sake. Rahul Gandhi says that they are more secular. Everyone else, you know what they did when the Kerala story happened, their view. But I'm saying this is about Kerala and the country. These are young people. We have hope in them, no, Rahul? That's the whole point.
I partially agree with Gokul, and I believe everyone agrees that Muslim League is one of the most respected organizations. They have always been pluralistic and towing a line of harmony. I hope some senior leaders will take up this issue and apologize to the people of Kerala, because it has caused, hurt and anger across the state, especially coming from a very respected Muslim League led by a Tangal family. It has really pained many people. I hope some senior leaders will take this case up and apologize officially. And this is absolutely unacceptable. Whether you belong to A, B, C, or any religion, doesn't matter. This is absolute provocation towards one community. And I hope such things won't go unpunished, and quick action should be there. And let us not go about any whataboutery saying A said so, B said so. It is not about who said anything. It is about wrong is wrong. Let us be able to call out wrong as wrong without any kind of monkey balancing. Why don't we accept the fact that it is absolutely provocative and wrong? Had the same been said about any other community, would anybody like it? So this is absolutely wrong. Strong action should be needed, and I really respect Muslim League. I have been a guest of many of their programs. I hope senior leadership takes this case up, heal the wounds that have been caused, express regret, and reach out to other communities, especially Hindu community, for the hurt that was caused in one of their rallies.
And ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this, in the South particularly, sociologists have spoken about it many times over, that, I'm not sitting on judgment. Please, this is my country. But, when you look at the South, because someone who's from a different community speaks Tamil like I do. So language binds us. I hope both Vinita and Rahul will, agree to that. It is language. We eat the same food. So I think the sectarian violence is rather, low. There is a lid which is there on it. But if these things go on, well, it will go the sectarian way. Vinita ji, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast, and for the first time. I want to ask you, because I think that, senior leader, BJP IT cell chief has tweeted about it, that is Amit Malviya. I've edited out some parts of his tweet, only Vinita ji, because I do not want any kind of problems to be created. That's why we are not even showing, the audio. You see the video audio, I will not show. I'm asking you something. This now, because there was a complaint made by the BJP, 300 people have been taken into custody. I spoke to Mr. Saxena, who's the police chief in Kasargod district. He said, yes, we have. So does that satisfy you? Is that the end of it? Don't you think it's an endemic problem? Because it also, like, Rahul said, it is not about whataboutery. I remember all those slogans, at the time of CA, NRC, something like, अफजल के जो यार हैं, देश के गद्दार हैं, all these which ABVP. What is your party's stand on this Kasargod incident?
No, absolutely, Sudha. First of all, thank you for having me here. This is an absolutely despicable and extremely worrisome situation in Kerala, and this is not the first time that it's happening. This is, if you recollect the Alapi incident in 2022, there was a little boy who was actually shouting slogans of hate against a particular religion. As you don't want to, specify the audio, so I wouldn't also go into the specifics. But there were these hate slogans that were there earlier on as well, and this is the second time that it's happening. So, an action taken in reaction to a particular incident is not enough at all. And the IUML, its so-called secular party, as Rahul Gandhi, the leader of the, the Congress party, says that he has proclaimed in global forums that this is a secular party. If this is the secularism that the newly found India alliance is standing for, then I think we have a lot of room for worry in the country. And the kind of hate speech that was there, to hear, it's extremely sad to see that my state, has this deep fault lines in the society. In Kerala society, there are these deep fault lines between religions itself is extremely worrisome, and it does not reflect well on the theme of God's own country. And I think the chief minister himself has to come up and explain. And the IUML is also part of the newly found alliance, that the Gathbandhan that they call it, which is there to protect the country. So what are we talking about here? So it is extremely worrisome, and this requires an action, immediate action on part of the Pinarayi Pinarayi government as well as the Congress and of course the IUML.
Action means suspension. What Gokul Chandran said, he said, look, we took immediate, not rather we, but immediate action was taken. Do you think that suffices? Do you think, Vinita, that suffices? Just a suspension? What about, it's gone to public, for God's sake. Like in the Mahabharata, it is said, Kunti says that once you utter some words, it's gone out of your mouth. How, they are not pearls that you can put them back.
Senior league leaders should officially take this case up, apologize officially, and reach out to other communities. Because we all know league leaders; they are very soft-hearted. They talk in a very positive, inclusive way. And if they, it is up to them to express regret, apologize, reach out. Because such provocative slogans in league rally is very strange. See, the last time, like Nidaji rightly said, it happened in a Popular Front rally, which nobody cares. Everyone knows that they are extremists or Islamists. But here, it is league which is loved and respected across communities. And it is a great organization. Everyone knows that. Some difference of opinion might be there. But league leaders will have to take up the mantle, reach out, apologize. Otherwise, this will remain a wound in the soul of Kerala.
Rahul, and before I go to Gokul Chandran, because he's joined us back and it's fantastic, but I want you to listen to what Rahul Gandhi had said and also some other voices, and then I go to Gokul Chandran. Listen in.
Says you talked about secularism and democracy while opposing the Hindu party BJP. However, Congress in Kerala has been in alliance with the Muslim party, Muslim League in Kerala, the state from which you were MP for more than, the state you are the MP for more than 70 years.
Muslim League is a completely secular party.
Right.
There's nothing non-secular about the Muslim League.
केरल की मुस्लिम लीग ने केरल में एक जुलूस निकालकर हिंदुओं के नरसंहार की धमकी दी है। उन्होंने नारे लगाए हैं कि हम मंदिरों के बाहर हिंदुओं को फांसी दे देंगे। मुस्लिम लीग का कांग्रेस के साथ गठबंधन है। अभी तक राहुल गांधी समेत किसी भी कांग्रेस के नेता ने इस खबर का खंडन नहीं किया, इसका विरोध नहीं किया। अभी तक केरल सरकार ने भी इन अपराधियों के ऊपर कोई सख्त कार्यवाही नहीं की। क्या इसी तरह के नापाक हरकतों के ऊपर पर्दा डालने के लिए इन्होंने इंडिया के नाम का आवरण लिया है?
And Mr. M.K. Munir, who's General Secretary of the IUML, has now joined us, and let me now go across to him. Hello, Mr. Munir. Good to have you on the show. Mr. Munir, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. And you're an artist. I know of you. You are someone who's not the quintessential politician. You're an artist, and I know your work. So therefore, I'm more happy because, people like you in politics can see things in the right light, right balance. What is your comment? Imagine, Mr. Munir, wait, let me ask you the question, Mr. Munir. It is a protest, peaceful march against what is going on in Manipur, right?
Yes.
And then you hear these slogans against a community, almost exhorting the public to harm them. Don't you think this is truly shameful, Mr. Munir?
It was shocking to hear that slogan. I could see only today in the mobile, social media, and the slogan is unpardonable. He should not be just suspended, he should be expelled. And I don't know whether he's a party member or not, but when a position goes, many intrude into that and say whatever they like. But it is the policy of Indian Union Muslim League to be very cordial with all the religions. Rahul Ishwar is one of my very close friend, and he knows how we function in Kerala. We have shared a lot of dais together in various occasions. And what we try to say the people, Indian Union Muslim League has 75 years of history, and never ever in the history they can show any act of communal tinge
Right.
has been taken from the side Indian Union Muslim League. So this is unpardonable. And as Rahul Isha said, any action, a police can take any action and we will stand with it. Not only that person who has been expelled, who all have been part of the sloganeering of this extreme communal tinge, with the communal tinge, should be brought behind the bars.
Right. So that's good to hear. I mean, Rahul, what you said is that they are very peaceful, you know, as an organization, as a political party. Mr. Munir spoke about it, and you know, you are absolutely right. But then the most unfortunate part of rallies or anything which is uttered publicly is, once the message goes, it's gone. That's why we all have to be extremely careful in private life, particularly politicians. They cannot be loose cannons. You cannot be. And I think just by suspending that young man, he's not so young, he's a major, he can vote. He's not a child. I can, you know, pardon a child. But then, you know, this kind of a behavior is really terrible. Gokul Chandran, let me come to you. Gokul Chandran, you heard what Rahul Gandhi said, right? And also what Vinita ji said, that IUML is now part of India, the acronym for the organization or the conglomeration that you're bringing. Don't you think that this is really, you know, kind of, it's a blot now? You know, do you deserve this? Even as you're going to move on no confidence, even as you won, you know, Karnataka, you had a fabulous victory in Karnataka. Even as the BJP tries to enter, every time it tries to enter any of the southern states, everyone says, oh, they have no place. Culturally, we are very different. But is this the culture of Kerala then, Gokul Chandran? What is
Sudha,
this?
see, Mr. Munir gave a very good explanation. I think we should close the matter here. And no political party or no political leader will take ownership of what has happened and give such a good explanation. So I think we should be ending this debate here, and we should let the peace prevail in Kerala. And as we always know, IUML is a secular party, and there is no doubt about that. See, when they were in ministry, they were mostly holding the education ministry in Kerala whenever UDF was ruling, and see the amount of schools and colleges which has been brought up by the Hindu organizations and Hindu affiliated many
Right, we've again lost Gokul Chandran. Yeah, that's all fine. I mean, I do understand what, you know, Gokul, I understand what you're saying, and we'll get your connection back. But the point is, Rahul Ishwar, like you said, some senior member should come and maybe publicly apologize for this. That is what you said. Why not the big brother Congress party? Why are they keeping quiet, Rahul? You know, they have all the time to go and mouth platitudes everywhere about democracy and, you know, secularism and mohabbat ki dukaan and nafrat ka bazaar band karo and all that. What happened just now? After all, you know, Wayanade, Mr. Rahul Gandhi has a very close relation with Wayanade. Why is he so quiet suddenly? This is what the common people will ask. Those 26% Muslims may ask in Kerala. I would have asked. Where are you now?
Absolutely. Yeah, two submissions. First of all, no, it's very happy to hear Sri Munir sir's very categorical statement. That really heals. When a person of his stature, when a person of his stature, no, outrightly says this is wrong and we all stand with you, that really heals. This is the healing touch that is needed. And, you know, being a person who have heard Munir sir from my childhood, I have seen him quote Bhagavad Gita, Bible, Quran in various stages. And, you know, we all say that Muslim League is a good role model for all the community-based parties. When we are community-based, on one hand, we need to have our interest, and on the other hand, we need to have everyone's interest. And led by Tangal family, Munir sir, Sri Kunjalikutti sir, Bombabdashir sir, everyone has always been a champion of pluralism. Thank you for that. I was expecting the same from you. Second, Sri Rahul Gandhi, with due respect, he's our MP too. Even though there might be technical issues, he's our MP, especially from Kerala. He should make a categorical statement on it. This is where sometimes Congress really falls short of the mark, because they don't create a statement, maybe for the fear of somebody capitalizing. This This is not the state for that. One unfortunate thing happened, address it, give a categorical political statement, and only when that statement is given, some kind of balance or some kind of harmony is maintained. Just like Munir sir did, I hope some senior Congress leaders, including Sri Shashi Tharoor, who we all see as a Vishwapauran,
Yes.
a cosmopolitan, I hope Sri Shashi Tharoor, Sri Rahul Gandhi comes out with categorical statement, condemns this, and also, just like Munir sir earlier said, the person should be prosecuted as per the law. So under 153. Or similarly, there are hate mongers among our community too. People like Yadi Narasimhanand has been a curse to us. And I was the first person in India to file a FIR against Sathi Prachi for our anti-Muslim comments. So when our community members is doing something wrong, we point that out. That will bring confidence and consolation to all the communities. Similarly, if a other community member is saying something wrong, when their community leaders itself come forward and say this is wrong, let us build harmony. That's how nation building happens. So I hope this message by Minister goes across the spectrum and it gets highlighted in the national media in a very prominent way. And also we are all waiting for the statement by Congress Sri Rahul Gandhi and especially Shashi Tharoor, who we all hope will become, or many people project him to be the next Chief Minister of Kerala. So Sri Shashi Tharoor's position, Sri Rahul Gandhi's position is extremely important in this.
Vinita ji, I want to ask you that, Prime Minister Modi has made had several outreach programs in Kerala towards bishops, towards Muslims. We saw what you did on Easter, we saw what you did on Eid. Very good. I'm not getting into the politics of it. Some people may say it's all politics. Maybe, but it's good to share a meal, no? Whether it's for politics. After all, you and I sharing a meal, it is a joyous occasion. Why is it that no one from your party senior enough is also talking about it, except for criticizing it? How will you heal the wounds?
No, sorry, Sudha, I didn't get the question.
How come we don't hear prominent voices healing rather than fanning the entire thing? Like Congress is mum, it's in a radio silence mode. And and now Mr. Munir has so kindly spoken, IUML. But what about the BJP too? I mean, it's all very well that those 300 young people were taken into custody because you made a complaint and it's a non-bailable offense. But no prominent voice. How come the outreach is only for talking to them, eating with them, but it's not on occasions like this where you actually need to reach out and say, brother, I am with you.
No, absolutely. So we had Amit Malviya himself tweet. So he represents the the voice of the party in a way. So I mean that itself is big. But then if you want to take the argument on the other side, we are for peace. We are dining and we are reaching out in a joyous manner. But that apart, but we've had prominent voices and we've had authoritative voices speaking against this, and and when just taking the argument of Mr. Gokul, he says that let's stop the debate here. I wish they could follow the same norm in the parliament, and why are they disrupting the house repeatedly for the third day in a row? They're not letting the parliament function. I wish they would follow the same logic and the same norms of ethical debate conduct in parliament as well. And the question of just suspension of these people who protested itself is just not enough. When you see the framework of a protest, there are certain rules, there are certain regulations, there are certain protocols that you have when you have protest marches. Even we have in the BJP, we hold protest marches in the state, but it's within certain norms. The fact that it's violated the norms itself shows that there is some deep-seated issue in the IUML, and it's not just about a section of people protesting, because they're protesting in the banner of the IUML, which itself shows that there's a rot that's deep inside and there's no smoke without a fire. So definitely there has to be deeper introspection on
Vinita ji, but
IUML
very well said, Vinita. I really appreciate what you said. But however, let's not remember the kind of incendiary slogans by some young chappies of ABVP during CAA, NRC. I have seen them at Shaheen Bagh, and I don't want to repeat it here. I don't want to repeat anything which will see to it that, this great country of ours again and again gets into the same abyss of he versus them, you versus me, and it's us. It's not you versus us. Mr. Munir, if I may bring you here. Mr. Munir, after all, this young chap apparently, he's been suspended. You said it's unpardonable, it's very shameful, etc., etc. But, he is a loose cannon. He was there. I spoke to the police chief. He said we had given them permission to carry out a protest march, which is allowed. Who knew that he will, go on a different tangent and shout these incendiary slogans? But look at it overall. You're an artist, right? I mean, you have to, deep down, there is this desire to kind of shout these slogans and scoot. Why would anyone do so? The cadre has to be told, they have to be schooled. It's now time that they be told, this is not why we formed a party. Do you agree, Mr. Munir? Deep down, there are some kind of problems which exist.
Yeah, because in youngsters, we can see a lot of extreme elements, very sensitive extreme elements. In Kerala, there was some extreme parties formed. For example, SDPI, then PDP, then there was ISS. At that time, Indian Union Muslim League took a very great stand that such anti-social elements cannot be tolerated. So Indian Union Muslim League stood against all these extreme element parties. In every elections, these extreme element parties stand against Indian Union Muslim League, saying that the Muslim League is singing lullaby to the community and trying to sleep them. So Muslim League took a stand. Even if only 10 is with us, those 10 who are very secular and who has passion towards all the communities should only be in this party. So here we are taking a very extreme stand in this. Whoever stand again in this extreme column should be wiped out from the party. And Rahul Ishwar said, I, on behalf of Muslim League, would like to apologize for what has happened to all the communities who have been hurt in this. This cannot be tolerated. This is not the ideology of Muslim League. Muslim League has not only Muslims in this party. In our office bearers itself, there are n number of other communities. Our office bearers belong to Hindu community, Christian community. So we are holding all of them together. So we want to knit what has happened here, not to act as a scissors, even widening the cleavage again and again.
Very well said, Mr. Munir. What do I say? We all belong to a culture where, asking for forgiveness, you actually, I feel very humbled. I mean, today in front of you, sir. That's not how one looks at politicians who are day in and day out screaming and screeching, trying to sell their wares. Thank you, Mr. Munir. I mean, and let me go to Gokul Chandran. Gokul Chandran, Mr. Munir, makes all of us smile. I can see Vinita smiling, a little while ago. Yeah, there she is. You're smiling, I'm smiling from year to year. Imagine a debate like this where we are all smiling. That's what the beauty of this country is. Gokul Chandran, why don't you think that, your leaders can do it? And I'm saying this not because it's tit for tat. Please, Rahul has a very, very close association with Wayanad. He's your MP. I mean, there is a technical glitch or issue or whatever. Shashi Tharoor, like Rahul Ishwar said. Why is it that there is complete radio silence from that end?
Yeah, Sudha, listen. Mr. P.K. Feroz, he's one of the senior most leaders of IUML. He has given a clear statement yesterday. So we know the stand of IUML, and today Munir Saab has given a very clear explanation. And so we know that IUML is against what has happened in that sloganeering protest. So now what should Mr. Rahul Gandhi say? If Mr. Munir or Mr. P.K. Feroz had supported the people who had protested, or they had validated that slogans, then the Congress party can come in, they can step in, and they can tell the partner, the alliance partner, say this is not right, this is what should be happening. But now they themselves have admitted and they have taken a corrective step. So now, what is the role of Mr. Rahul Gandhi or any other Congress leader having in this incident?
You are playing the big brother very openly, no? That if the younger ones have said, no, that's not fair. It only adds to the healing. Look at Ben Gokul. Yesterday, a senior leader made a comment. Today, Mr. Munir, who's also very senior, has said it. But I'm saying that before it got out of hand, because it did get out of hand, it has traveled all over. That's why, because I do stories only on the south, you know me, right? I picked up this story amongst every other because it was getting bigger by the day. And this is Kerala, for God's sake. It's not just called God's own country because it's beautiful. It's because of its composition also. So now you are saying, when they have said what is the use, there is use, Gokul Chandran. It is just that he will, so please respond. Why is it that there is complete, even your local leaders are not saying anything?
Yeah, see, the spark at the initial stage itself has been dosed off. So it is better for someone like Mr. Rahul Gandhi to keep quiet on the issue or not fanning it further. See, the statement made by the VHP leader, does it make any sense? He's portraying as if the whole Muslim people are speaking against the Hindu community. No. So once the issue settles down, it is better to leave it then and there rather than amplifying it, giving more fire to it, adding more fuel to it. So Mr. Rahul Gandhi or any other Congress leader is not required to respond on this issue.
It's not about adding fuel. It's about adding an ointment on the wound. As much ointment you put, it will heal and there will be no scars left. Vinita ji, would you like to respond to what Gokul Chandran said about the VHP leader, the way he spoke? Don't you think we all need to, and I am only speaking in the context of Kerala, madam. I am not speaking in the context of entire India. Somewhere we need to be cognizant of the fact that we are not, we are not like other states, maybe, the south. There is a difference. So do you think first of all, do you agree to what Gokul Chandran said, that look, does it make any sense? And number two, don't you think we need to rein in ourselves?
No, absolutely. So Mr. Gokul's arguments fall flat on its face. It's really a double standard that they speak of, and they want the Prime Minister himself to, they're demanding him to come and speak on Manipur, and now he says that Rahul Gandhi can't even speak on a issue on Kerala, which is so apparently so dear to him, the state, and from where he has been elected, as an MP once. So there's a double standard in the entire argument, with all due respect, Mr. Gokul. Although we are having a very healthy debate and very, I have to speak the truth. And so your arguments fall flat on its face. And secondly, about Kerala, the Kerala's equation definitely is very, very different. Kerala society itself is extremely, different in its composition, in its demographic composition, and social composition. And, so far along, we were, proud to be belonging to Kerala and to a secular state and, God's own country and all of that. But, the recent incidents and over the last so many years, we have seen Kerala turning into extremism and fascism and a lot of fault lines coming in Kerala society, which we need to be really, really wary of. And where is the state headed? A state which is, so proud of its literacy rates and its development indicators. We need to really take cognizance of this kind of racism and extremism that's kind of deep rooted in Kerala society. So where is it all stemming from? I think it's because of the kind of, the unemployment, the lack of opportunities the state gives to its people. So many people are outside the state because we don't have enough opportunities in the states. It all stems from that kind of social, I think, fault line that is there in the society.
Mr. Munir, is there any kind of a screening process, considering that yours is a party which only encourages peace, peaceful coexistence, doing the kind of politics which is, good for others, like you said. But, don't you think there has to be some screening, sir? Because elements like this, like I said, maybe there are one or two people who are really hurt. Maybe there is an old man sitting somewhere who's very scared today, of saying that I will do this to you or that to you from the other community. So do you think that, are you thinking of suggesting this to the party, Mr. Munir?
Definitely, because screening is very important, because we who is taking any of the units and coming in. Anybody can come in. We may need a very big screening in the unit level itself, because unit level people may know who is extreme and who is pious and who is standing for the peace. So that way only the organization can be built up. We were doing it since 75 years. But now what is happening is, again, some anti-social element is trying to creep into this Indian Union Muslim League and make us, sorry figure before the other communities. This cannot be allowed. And I would like to say to the Congress party also, don't hesitate to react on this. You can tell that Muslim League, because you can hold hands with Muslim League and say that this type of people cannot be tolerated in the UDF system. The whole UDF system will be toppled if such things happen again and again in Kerala. Kerala has got a different culture. Even here, if they are BJP or Muslim League or Congress, apart from the political issues, we are able to stand together in various issues of the various communities.
Right. Yeah.
So this is the way what we can go ahead.
Absolutely. Gokul, you were raising your hand. I'm completely running out of time. Say your piece.
I need a minute. I just want to respond
Please.
to Vinita. See, it is not like we are asking Prime Minister for a response on what is happening in one of the states of India, and you are equating that to Mr. Rahul Gandhi responding to the activity which has happened in some other party. That shows how much irresponsible the BJP and the BJP leaders and its spokesperson are. Have some responsibility and don't relate the Manipur incident and such incidents and try to run away.
No, I don't think she meant that. I will come in her defense here. No, she did not mean it. Vinita, you were saying something.
She equated, no, Sudha, she equated the double standard. She's telling that Congress, on one hand, they are telling Rahul Gandhi doesn't need to respond on this issue, and they are asking explanation from Prime Minister in Parliament on Manipur issue. How can even she relate both the issues?
Yeah, okay, but the thing is that whether it's Manipur, whether it is this rally where such, provocative slogans were raised, both are about, making some community, some Indian insecure. And I think Indian politics is done with that. At least South India should take care that we don't fall into that same pit, because remember, we come from a state of Bashir. We come from a state of Tagari. We come from a state of great writers, O.V. Vijayan, several others. I can go on and on, Paul Zakaria. And I don't think that we can afford this at all. So, it is very good to come loud, like IUML today on our show has said, sorry. I think it's only fair that Congress comes out and says, sorry. I mean, there is no harm in that. I've completely run out of time. Let me thank each one of you for what a wonderful discussion, isn't it? We were all smiling. Mr. M.K. Munir, thank you so much, sir. Vinita Hariharan, many, many thanks. Gokul Chandran, as always, it was such a pleasure. And Rahul Ishwar, thank you very much for joining us on this debate. So, like I promised, we shall not make it sensational. This entire rally which took place in Kasargod. There was a mistake which was made, but then the IUML representative on my show said it's unpardonable, and he also apologized for it. We get you all the stories from the South every weekday at 5 o'clock, but for every other news and analysis, this should be your destination. News9 Live. Vanakkam.
A mountain of waste, almost the height of the Qutub Minar.
When you enter capital cities of some of the biggest countries in the world, you don't have 3 garbage mountains waiting to welcome you, depending on whichever side of the city you enter from.
The thing is that a lot of times we talk about landfills only when there's a fire at the landfill. You need to understand that a landfill is at fire almost throughout the year. It's only when the firefighters are not able to douse the fire is when it actually catches the nation's attention, the city's attention, or media attention.
The towering landfills worsen one of Delhi's biggest problems: pollution.
यहाँ पर आप रात को आओ, दिन में आओ, आप 1 घंटे बैठ नहीं सकते बाहर। इतनी धूल, प्रदूषण, महक, आप खाना भी नहीं खा सकते बाहर बैठ के।
Life around the landfill is a curse.
हमारे घर में जो बड़े हैं उन्हें अस्थमा के वो पेशेंट है, आए दिन उनको नेबुलाइजर लगाना पड़ता है।
डॉक्टर ने मुझे ये चीज बोला कि यहाँ का एरिया छोड़ के कहीं और चाहिए।
Delhi's garbage mountains are now a fetid symbol of the national capital's trash problem. The question is, who is to be blamed? Watch Delhi's Garbage Mountains. Streaming on News9 Plus for the Genflix.
ChatGPT. It can generate codes and human-like responses through text, write stories, and do a lot more.
I work in a newsroom with anchors, researchers and scriptwriters, graphic artists, producers, video editors, camera crew. But does a newsroom really need them today?
All of us have to think about unique and distinctive value addition that cannot be automated or repeated or replaced by a machine.
ChatGPT may kill many companies. A human has to be in the loop with an ability to control this.
Dark Side of the Boom. Streaming now.
China won't let us rest easy on our borders, but they will keep flooding our markets. What does Xi Jinping really want?
I think he wants the Indian market, no doubt about it. It's really a matter of showing their dominance.
India's great Chinese conundrum.
Nobody can contain it. Not the United States, not China, not anybody else.
Frenemies. Streaming now.
Kashmir and movies together wove magic. A magic that gave us Shammi Kapoor and Sharmila Tagore's Kashmir Ki Kali in 1964, Jangli in 1961, Roti, Daag, Kabhi Kabhi, Bobby, Janwar, as well as Bemisal.
सिनेमा और कश्मीर का बहुत गहरा रिश्ता है, घनिष्ठ जिसे हिंदी में कहते हैं।
इतनी खूबसूरत ये तस्वीर है, मौसम बेमिसाल